A very exciting FA Cup tie at the J Davidson Stadium this afternoon. It has finished Altrincham 2, Gateshead 2. Phil Parkinson, the Altrincham manager, joins us. Phil, I've got to say, I didn't enjoy that game very much.
Yeah, probably a good one for the neutrals, wasn't it? Very end-to-end, particularly first half for them. I thought they were very dominant, even though we had an excellent start. I said when we played them last time, they're an excellent footballing team. They're doing what we're trying to do. I think they're doing it a little bit better than us at the moment. The good thing for us is we're showing great resilience with a very young team to take on board instruction, particularly at half time, and I felt where they were very dominant, we were extremely dominant in the second half.
We've started very well, first 10 minutes excellent, and a lovely goal. Ollie Byrne, distribution is outstanding, and Marcus Dinanga showed great strength to set up Chris Clark, and from there the Northern Ireland man has he made it all his own, and it's a wonderful goal.
Excellent finish, great bit of play, and you're looking at it with that start and you think we're just going to go on from strength to strength. Unfortunately, it didn't unfold that way. They got a little foothold in the game. I mean, we still had opportunities. Marcus has gone through 1v1. He's got to score that for me. I told him that at half time. So again, Marcus could have had a hat-trick again today. So he could be the most diminutive striker in the league if he starts taking his chances. So he's showing that he's kept us in the hat, so I can't be too critical. But there's so much more to come from him. As frustrated as I am at times, I'm excited to see how good he can be in this division, because the chances he's getting, the confidence he's showing at times, can just be a little bit more clinical. We've got a top striker on our hands.
Gateshead's formation 4-3-2-1, and I don't know if there's a better side in the league at working the ball through the middle sections of the field. They really are dangerous.
Yeah, they've got some really good technicians in them positions, and what they've got is what we had previously in terms of that continuity, understanding the shape, knowing how to play it, doing it unequivocally. But as good as I'm saying they are, I felt we more than matched them. It was always going to be you have the ball, we have the ball type of game when we play Gateshead, but unfortunately it wasn't like that in the first half. It was literally we got a goal and then they had pretty much all the ball, which is massively disappointing from our point of view. I think players weren't executing the roles and responsibilities how we wanted them to do in the shape that we played. But again, we slightly tweaked that with the subs that we made, and I think you could see that just made all the difference for us, and we should have gone on to win the game. I'm not saying we deserved it. I felt on the whole state of play in terms of the way they finished the first half, they could have finished us off right at the end where the lads missed at the back post. But the chances we've had in the first half, we should have done better without being the dominant force. But in the second half, I thought we were dominant and we created far more goal-threatening opportunities.
What did you say at half-time?
I can't really repeat that, to be honest, Bri. No, it certainly wasn't the hairdryer treatment. I could tell confidence was low with a few of them in terms of they're a young team, aren't they? So there's times where they have to be told in a certain way to get them going, but I don't think it was a matter of that. It was about building confidence, ensuring they understood why it wasn't working, how they were getting out, and then what we were going to do to rectify that. And it did take the substitutions to be able to do that. So I felt that we nullified them through the middle when we made them subs, so they couldn't play through as they were, because they were opening us up all the time. We weren't able to cope with that. So the slight personnel and shape change that we did really helped. And then I felt we just absolutely got on top of them and played our game and really hurt them a lot. And again, another day we win that comfortably in the end, but I wouldn't say we deserved to on the first half showing.
We certainly looked vulnerable defensively in the first half, but we really got at them and they looked quite vulnerable after the break.
No, they did. That's what I'm saying. The chances we created, we could have easily have won. I mean, Eddie Jones, I know he's tried passing it to Joe. They just got to smash that in the goal. Elliott's nearly bent one in. The amount of goal mouth scrambles they've had, the set pieces were very good on the delivery. They've got a massive keeper, so obviously that helped them at times. But I felt we looked a real good attacking force in the second half. It's just a shame that we couldn't do that a bit more consistently in the first half. But again, I'll keep saying it, with the youngest team in the division, there's going to be spiky profiles of personnel and team performances. Unfortunately, we've seen that today, but fortunately it hasn't cost us and we're still in the hat.
We've had some performances that were certainly below the mark at times today, but also some very, very good individual performances. I thought Eddie Jones was outstanding. Josh Lundstrom, Marcus Dinanga, Chris Clark, and also the subs, as you mentioned, made a difference.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you said him then. I just lost track of who you said, but Ollie Byrne, for me, that save he made at the end. where the lads come through ever so brave. Other people, this is why you've got to be crazy to be a keeper, haven't you? Put in your head where people don't want to put the feet, etc. And that's what Ollie's done there. He's been in, and that's kept us in the game. But we'll get better. That was a really poor defensive performance from us in the first half, and we'll rectify that. We've looked at it, we've spoke to the lads, they understand that. And that's the good thing with the group. They're not coming in making excuses. They knew. That's why I'm saying it's not a hairdryer treatment. It's instruction, it's coaching, it's help. Because they're the ones on the pitch, we're not on there. They've got to understand what they've got to do to get it right, and we give them a lot of autonomy as well. So there was a little change that we had to do from a corner where the players could see it, they identified it, they rectified that, and that's when you know you've got an intelligent group, when they're using them cognitive skills. But for me, the big thing is we're still in the hat. I mean, this club's built on FA Cup history, isn't it? You go back to like 1986, the Birmingham game, the Blackpool games where we won year on year. I want a bit of that as a manager. I know that's the bit I've fallen short on, or us as a management team, we've fallen short on the FA Trophy, this competition. We're desperate to etch our little bit of history in the football club because we know that's what we're built on.
Well, we're in the hat anyway, and it's back up to the northeast. A long trip on a Tuesday night, and when we were there a couple of weeks ago, I had a funny feeling we might be back here in 2 weeks' time. But the onus was on us last season to win at home. We didn't, so we've got every chance up there.
Yeah, you've got two fairly evenly matched teams. It's anybody's tie. It's who wants to take it on the night. We're going to have to tweak a few things. Obviously, we've got a few lads. There's a bit of illness in the camp, a few little knocks and niggles, but the lads are like warriors. They want to play. We've just got to make sure we choose the right ones, make sure the recovery's right this weekend, make sure the Monday session's light enough for them, and just go through some of the things we need to fine-tune. Because, like I said, you've got two fairly evenly matched teams. Each year in the FA Cup, where I'm saying we want to etch our little mark in it, we've never had it easy, have we? Every tie we've had, even when the teams below these, when they won their league, filed. And then you have the run that we had where we had all the tough teams. We had every away draw. So this was our first home draw, I think, since I've been here. So it's great to still be in the hat. It could have gone the other way for us with that first half performance. But as usual, this group, this football club, showed great resilience, great character, and we got what we deserved, and we're still in that hat.
Ryan Colclough didn't start today. I assume that's probably through illness rather than injury, so hopefully he might be available to start on Tuesday.
Well, this is the thing. I don't know. I haven't got a magic ball, so I'll need to look at it. We'll rest him. We'll nurse him. He's a big player for us, isn't he? I mean, as he was coming in on, Ian, their assistant manager, said to me, "You got some good subs." I said he'd be starting if he was all right. So it wasn't done intentionally. We always want to put our strongest team out, as you've seen all the way through. And unfortunately, at times you'll face the consequence of that with illness and injury, because the lads are putting the bodies on the line for 90 minutes. Ryan's a 90-minute player who doesn't do 70s. He plays every minute of every game. So now and again they're going to be susceptible to illness and injury, and unfortunately at certain points of the season we'll miss a Ryan Colclough or key players, and that's where the squad's got to step up.
So that's the thoughts of Altrincham manager Phil Parkinson as we prepare for Tuesday's replay at the International Stadium against Gateshead in the Emirates FA Cup 4th round qualifying replay. 7:45 p.m. kickoff, and hopefully Altrincham can make it through to the first round proper.